Today, the actual digital migration in the police service begins in earnest. And as we approved before, sometimes some of us are a little bit reticent, or we think it will not work, but it will work. IG, there is no reason why it will not work. And it is going to work. It's simple as that. And we are all going to migrate. So I start first of all by telling you, IG, that within the next 18 months, all police officers must be trained and be prepared to come on this platform. Those who then cannot work on this platform will give us enough reasons to relieve them from our service so that we deal with police officers who are willing to serve Kenyans in a modern environment. I do not think that we are going to have a lot of arguments about that issue. We are moving away from analog operations to digital operations. There's an animal in this country called the file. That animal has been a cause of misery everywhere. It's the basis on which people seek rent. There's some funny thing called the file. You know, nunua chai, file ipatikane, ongea na wazee, ili file ipatikane. Hawa wazee sasa lazima wapotee, because you see, hakuna, the file, the story of the file, hakuna. I actually am standing here today in the presence of you, Inspector General, DPP, and everybody, as a proud citizen of this country, to say we have begun the final funeral to that thing called the file. So that you know, our citizens are suffering because of this unknown, mysterious thing called the file. You know, any matter cannot move because of the file. There's some file. Everywhere you go, you know, people talk about the file. Nunulia wazee lunch, il file ipatikane. This file must be something which causes people to pay money, to be stressed around, and so on and so forth. It will not happen. We must fight this thing together. And IG, let us face these good people. And as citizens who love their country, and people who have been blessed by God to be in these positions that we occupy, we fight this thing completely. Tuachane na hii maneno ya file. Hakuna mambo ya file sasa, as you have heard from the Minister for ICT. We start this and we roll it out to the next level. This morning, my colleague CS Musheru and I, we have just been instructed by the President this morning to make sure that after this launch, we are moving on to the instant fines before Christmas. So we have no peace, corona or no corona. My brother and my two brothers, the PSS, IG, all of us, we're going to have a meeting. We must now stop talking about that instant fine thing and make it happen so that we can save our people this business. We can now actually take information, ask people to pay fines on M-Pesa, and then we send them receipts and move on. That is the country that we want to live in. Hatuwezi sasa kwenda mambo ile ingine ya zamani, you know, so that people are deliberately inconvenienced so that they can bribe. Tuenda ungojea hapo Naivasha police station, ngojea mimi hapo. And so that somebody has to weigh between going to wait for you at Naivasha police station or bribing you. We have to stop this thing. And let's be very frank with our people. We have been given these positions and God has brought us here so that we can serve our people and change this country for the better. And that is what we are going to do. I can't thank my brother Joe Musheru enough, and Jerome and our colleagues in the ICT sector. Honestly speaking, in many occasions or when things happen, sometimes members of the public rarely look at the positive things that have happened. Since Corona started, if I want to give you an example, the President has had 2 meetings with governors across the country, virtually, all 47 of them, from Turkana to Migori, from Kisumu to Mombasa, all 47 governors. And we have transacted so much work virtually. We are now having cabinet committee meetings virtually. We are reaching out to our officials in the field virtually. Our country is networked, and for that, I sincerely, as a citizen of this country, want to thank you, my dear friend, Joe Musheru, my brother Jerome, and the colleagues in the Ministry of ICT for what you have enabled this country to achieve.